Moldovan President Maia Sandu has accused Russia of planning to overthrow her country's government by using foreign saboteurs disguised as anti-government protesters. This as the country aspires to join the European Union amid Moscow's ongoing conflict with the bordering nation of Ukraine. This comes a week after Sandu met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, who said that they discovered plans by Russian intelligence to destroy Moldova. These claims, which were later confirmed by Moldovan intelligence officials.
The plan for the next period involves actions involving saboteurs with military training, dressed in civilian clothes, who would undertake violent actions, attack government buildings and take hostages. By organizing violent actions disguised as protests of the so-called opposition, a change of power in Chisinau is pursued.
According to Sandu, the plan involved citizens from Russia, Montenegro, Belarus and Serbia who would enter Moldova and instigate protests in an attempt to overthrow the government. In order to stop the European integration process, now Moldova received European Union candidate status last year on the same day as Ukraine. Russia denied last year wanting to intervene in Moldova.
On February 9, 2023, Zelensky told the European Council that he had informed Moldovan President Maia Sandu that Ukraine had intercepted a plan by Russian intelligence to overthrow the Moldovan government.
Нашій розвідці і детальний російський план руйнування політичної ситуації в Молдові.
This is Zelensky's information, which Moldova claims to have confirmed, without providing any evidence whatsoever.
Moldova is a small landlocked country sandwiched between Romania in the west and Ukraine to the east. Russia has troops stationed in the breakaway region of Transnistria. The thin strip of land on Moldova's eastern border with Ukraine is run by pro-Russian separatists. If Ukraine had to allocate resources to counter that threat, it could diminish the chances of success in the southeast of the country, the analyst said.
Zelensky and the West say that this Transnistria is a threat. But with only 1,500 peacekeepers stationed in the region, it is now completely isolated. Transnistria, a breakaway region from Moldova, could even be targeted in the same way as Donbass. Sandu is Moldova's first female president. A 2010 graduate of Harvard's Kennedy School of Government, Sandu served as an advisor to the managing director of the World Bank in Washington, D.C., from 2010 to 2012. She serves as Prime Minister of Moldova in 2019 and as President beginning in 2020. She also holds Romanian citizenship and speaks fluent Russian and English in addition to her native language Romanian.
Moldova is being looked at for this role of the next Ukraine. First of all, because they were able to put, by quite specific, far from free democratic methods, a president as the head of the country, who is simply striving to join NATO. She has Romanian citizenship, she is ready to unite with Romania, and is generally ready for almost anything.
There are lots of vulnerabilities, and the energy prices, I think, I totally agree with the issue that Russia counted on this blackmailing us with the energy crisis, and Europe managed to find a solution, and this was not easy. And I just remember the discussions in April and May when, there were all kind of proposals, but no one believed, probably, most of the people would not believe that EU will manage to find a solution so quickly.
Moldova's pro-European government is collapsing after a year and a half of crisis and internal and external pressures. Prime Minister Natalia Gavrilica has announced her resignation, recalling that she took on an anti-corruption, pro-development and pro-European mandate, a mandate hampered by the geopolitics of the region.
Moldovan President Maia Sandu has nominated Defense Advisor Dorin Recen to become the country's prime minister following the resignation of the previous governments.
Dorin Recen is a radical speaker who is more anti-Russian hardliner than pro-EU.
The process of transformation of Moldova, a sovereign country with its own traditions, goals and objectives, into another Ukraine is not just ongoing, but is gaining momentum.
As I said earlier, the purpose of these actions is to overthrow the constitutional order, change the legitimate government in Chisinau to an illegal one, which would put our country at the service of Russia in order to stop the process of European integration, but also so that Moldova could be used by Russia in her war against Ukraine.
The White House reacted to the report stating the Russian plot to overthrow Moldova's government are deeply concerning.
What I'll say about that is deeply concerning reports, certainly not outside the bounds of Russian behavior. And we absolutely stand with the Moldovan government and the Moldovan people.
So you talk about how you're collecting all this evidence and you're going to pursue accountability for what Russia has done. But really, there hasn't been any movement towards actual. I mean, I get that the investigations are underway, evidence is being collected. But where are you going to seek accountability?
It's not just that we're seeking accountability. I would vehemently disagree with the premise of the question because there has been accountability in some cases. You look at what has...
No, yeah, like a very limited number of Russians have been convicted in Ukrainian courts. But what you're talking about now is something beyond that, isn't it?
Yes, and I will come to that. But one, I wouldn't want to underestimate the effectiveness of what the Ukrainian Prosecutor General in that office is doing. When you look at the jurisdictions that have the wherewithal, have the capability,
The White House says it trusts Ukrainian authorities, where corruption is widespread. We have already seen these stories.
Отримали інформацію, що 1 числа в нашій державі буде державний переворот. Цікава ж інформація. Мені здається, що важлива інформація. 1-2 грудня. Але можу сказати одразу, що у нас є не тільки агентурна інформація, у нас є навіть звукова інформація, де представники з України, скажімо так, з представниками Росії, скажімо так.
Of course, there was no coup d'etat on the date announced.
First of all, you know, we've discussed this idea of false flags by the Russians before. We've made no secret of that. And we do have information that it is that the Russians are likely to want to fabricate a pretext for an invasion, which again is right out of their playbook. One option is the Russian government, we think, is planning to stage a fake attack by Ukrainian military or intelligence forces against Russian sovereign territory or against Russian-speaking people to therefore justify their action. As part of this fake attack, we believe that Russia would produce a very graphic propaganda video.
Okay, well, that's quite a mouthful there. So you said actions such as these suggest otherwise, suggest meaning that they suggest they're not interested in talks and they're going to go ahead with some kind of a... What action are you talking about?
One, the actions I've just pointed to. The fact that Russia continues to engage in disinformation campaigns.
You made an allegation that they might do that. Have they actually done it?
What we know, Matt, is what I have just said, that they have engaged in this activity, in this planning activity. But let me because obviously this is not the first time we've made these reports public. You'll remember that just a few weeks ago.
I'm sorry, made what report public?
If you'll let me finish, I will tell you what report we made public. We told you a few weeks ago that we have information indicating Russia also has already prepositioned a group of operatives to conduct a false flag operation in eastern Ukraine. So that, Matt, to your question, is an action that Russia has already taken.
It's an action that you say that they have taken, but you have shown no evidence to confirm that. And I'm going to get to the next question here, which is, what is the evidence that they... I mean, this is like crisis actors, really? This is like Alex Jones territory you're getting into now. What evidence do you have to support the idea that there is some propaganda film in the making?
Matt, this is derived from information known to the U.S. government, intelligence information that we have declassified. I think you know...
Okay, well, where is it? Where is this information?
It is intelligence information that we have declassified.
Well, where is it? Where's the declassified information?
I just delivered it.
No, you made a series of allegations and statements.
Would you like us to print out the topper? Because you will see a transcript of this briefing that you can print out for yourself.
That's not evidence, Ned. That's you saying it. That's not evidence. I'm sorry.
What would you like, Matt?
I would like to see some proof that you can show. I remember a lot of things. So where is the declassified information other than you coming out here and saying,